Friends, many changes are occurring in the educational ecosystem of the country. Be fast changing technology, enhanced competitiveness, globalized knowledge world, changing products and processes, to name a few. Unless institutions adopt a few strategies to manage these changes, they cannot even survive, leaving aside the success part of the story. In the presentation today, we are going to discuss this important issue of managing plant change. Friends, I am sure after going through this presentation, you will be able to appreciate the importance of plant change in the life of any institution, identify the drivers of change and their impact on the institution, understand theories and models of plant change, and apply the relevant model in your institution. Let's first understand what exactly is plant change. The systematic approach and application of knowledge, tools, and resources to deal with change is change management. Change management means defining and adopting corporate strategies, structures, procedures, and technologies to deal with changes in external conditions and the business environment. In other words, it is a systematic approach to dealing with change both from the perspective of an institution and on the individual level, or proactively addressing, adapting to the change, controlling change, and affecting change. These are the basic inputs of any change management system. There are basically two types of change management. These are planned change management or unplanned change management. What exactly are these? Let's understand it. Planned change management is defined as a strategic move by the institutions implemented with the future objective to achieve the given goals. This can be administered by changing the pedagogy and types of training, bringing a change in the administrative system and accountability nature. On the other hand, unplanned change management is the immediate response to various unforeseen implications in the ecosystem due to diverse reasons. Unplanned change can be regarded as a change which takes place within the institution, not in a planned manner or as a strategic intervention, but introduced in an unplanned manner. There are some key objectives for any change management. The concept of change management focuses on achieving the key institutional goals and directing the goal to new heights. Basically, these are of two types: internal plant change objectives, and the second is external plant change objectives. Internal plant objectives of change management are developing an innovative culture in the institutions, setting up of a principle for modernization culture within the hierarchy, setting up acceptance and positive resistance for the innovative strategies within the faculty and the members of the staff, introducing the peer group learning and adopting the best practices model, introducing or setting up of a concept of thoughtful and change leadership, setting up of the accountability and responsibilities and matching it with the performance review and report, defining and aligning the institution and faculty goals. These are some of the internal objectives for the plant change. On the other hand, some of the external objectives for the plant change can be: we want to follow the cope up with the administrative setup of the institute, rebuilding the image of the establishments, matching with the changing ecosystem, maybe the demands of industry and demographic, defined structure and size of institution, accelerating with the rapidly changing technology and inventions, adapting with the changing data processing, project management and communication, adapting and excelling with the market outreach and market capitalization by the institution, following up with the process of improvising the institute standards with the international level. These are some of the reasons for external plant change management. In the change management, it is very important that all the stakeholders are involved. First, identification of stakeholders and their role identification and how they are to work in the change management is equally important. The identification of stakeholders plays a vital role towards the success of a plant change management, and after identification, it is equally important to involve them wisely and seamlessly to achieve the desired result. There are four major stakeholders. The first are customers, maybe students, society, parents, etc. Then teachers, trainers, or scholars. This is another important stakeholder in the plant change management. Third are influencers, maybe unions, sports staff, and finally the management. Each of these have their own role to play in the change management. Unless all are performing in a harmonious manner, no change management can be successful. Let's understand what they are to do. Management represents the leadership of the institution. At the initial stage, they define the vision and mission for an institution. They also levy the foundation for the inevitable goals needed to be achieved through this plan change management. Direct beneficiaries of this change are students, parents, and society. During the process of plant change management, it is important to keep in mind their expectation after process consequences on them. So it is advisable to consider them as an integral part of the stakeholder process. So that's the reason stakeholders in terms of students, parents, and society are highly important, which need their expectations, their change requirements must be taken into consideration in the change management process. Then the third stakeholder is teachers, trainers, and research scholars. They play a vital role towards achieving the desired goals for an institution. They also play a significant role towards implementation process of the plant change management. This is one of the major stakeholders who are actually implementing the change management process. Unless they wholeheartedly work toward the change management and work in tandem with the management, no change can be implemented in the institutional ecosystem. Lastly, influencers, employee unions, industry associations, institutional association, and sporting staff. This is another set of people who are impacting and working for the change management. These are the ones who either directly or indirectly get involved towards the decision making. So it becomes equally important to keep them in the loop towards achieving the desired results. All these stakeholders are to work in tandem for the achievement of change management. Otherwise, change management will not go in the right direction. Let's understand some of the factors involved in change management. These factors are divided in two parts: internal factors and external factors. Internal factors are the one which influence through the internal ecosystem of the institution and need some measures to achieve the desired goals. These start with institutional goals. They are expected and expressed in terms of new achievements institution has defined to the target in coming future. This can be like introducing new courses, new streams, increasing the candidates intake, and many more. But this is one of the greater needs to opt for the plant change. Then comes the reason, another reason is poor management insight. This can lead to failure, finally resulting in the shutting down or job loss in the institution. In order to revamp the historian methods, it is advisable to install plant change management. That's the reason poor management is one of the reasons for plant change. If the management is not working in an effective manner, the institution is going to shut. That's the reason management, proper management, effective management are very, very important parts in the plant management process. Then comes the institutional values and mandate. The shift or change in the institutional mandate can lead to the germination of plant change management need for the institution. If our mandate is changing, what we are supposed to do, what we are supposed to handle, what we are supposed to work in which direction, if these are changing, accordingly the need for the change management is there. Though this becomes another important factor in the institutional plant change management, and it is an internal factor. Then optimum utilization of resources. Unless resources are optimally utilized, this will lead to failure of the system and lot of wastages will take place, and the institution can never be profitable and result oriented. It is advisable to change the current setup with new setup and use of optimum resources so that the objectives of the institutions, goals of the institutions, targets of the institutions are achieved, that too well in time with the minimum cost and to the satisfaction of all the stakeholders. External factors to plant change are mostly driven by the external ecosystem, and with the increasing competition and race to perform and shine, these are becoming very, very important factors for any institution. Unless these are taken care of, unless institution knows what are the external things which are impacting it, they cannot have the right adaptation for the change. So, for external factors need to be taken care of. Let's understand these factors. Adapting the change with the regular changing environment, it has become necessary to apply the plant change management to receive the desired results. These regular changes in the environment are customer expectations, change technologies, higher competition, changing job roles. All these are impacting the system. Accordingly, the change for the in the system is required. Unless we are able to cope up with these changes, we cannot be successful. Then market competitiveness and outreach is another factor which has led the institutions to plan for the change. Then sustainable goals. This is another important scenario. Earlier, we were not talking of sustainable goals, but with the change, depletion of environment, pollution enhancement, environment protection strategies are becoming very, very important for the success of any institution. And most of the institutions have moved towards achieving the sustainable goals, and it is only possible through change management. These are the two major factors, internal and external, which are requiring any institution to change. After understanding the factors for the change management, let's understand the process for the change management. Any change management process has major 6 elements. These are: start with the goal in mind, understand the institution's culture, seamless communication, understanding the resistance, controlling and incentivization, and finally learning, measuring, controlling, and rechanging our strategies to achieve the objectives. Let's understand what exactly we mean by all these. Start with the end in mind. Leader should be very clear what he wants to achieve, in which direction he wants his institution to move, what are the goals for the future. He needs to understand the stakeholders who will be involved in the change process and accordingly motivate them to be part of the change management process. He also needs to identify the opposition to the change. Unless these two things are clear to him, the goal cannot be achieved. Then, understanding the institution culture, it is very important for the leader to understand the culture of the institution. He should be clear what are the requirements, what are the cultural requirements of the institution, what are the cultural requirements from the outside he need to take care of. Unless he is able to identify the requirements of the culture of the institution both inside and outside, he cannot take the right decisions. For moving ahead, he need to have seamless communication in terms of staff meetings, email communication, proper demonstration, one-to-one meetings. The message that there is a need for change must be clear to each and everyone in the institution. All the stakeholders should know why we are changing, what benefit it will lead to. That's the reason seamless communication plays a very significant role in the plant change management. In addition to having the seamless communication, there is another important factor. Because this factor is going to happen, you may plan good strategies, there will be always some opposition. There will be always some resistance. You should be having open discussion with the stakeholders and understand what is their point of view, what they expect, what are their reservations. Based on these reservations and resistance, you have to plan the strategies so that all the stakeholders are working in alignment for the achievement of the goals. Then, after the removal of resistance, controlling and incentivization is equally important. Unless we know where we are going, the path we have taken is right or wrong, we cannot achieve the right goals. So controlling becomes very, very important part of any change management process. For controlling, sometimes we have to give incentives to the stakeholders, motivate them so that they adopt the strategies as expected by the leaders, and implementation of these strategies to lead to the goals, final goals which the institution targets for future. Whatever you may do, unless you measure what you have achieved, you cannot plant right strategies for future. Measurement, controlling, monitoring, these are very, very important issues. We should know what we have achieved. It is generally said, what gets measured gets done. Unless we are able to measure our achievements, we cannot move ahead. We cannot be very sure that whether we are on the right track, whether we are moving in the right direction. Learning from these measurement can lead us to plan strategies which may reactivate the process of plant change, reorient our strategies for plant change. So this is the last step which is very important. So the model becomes basically plan, do, check and act. This model works for any plant change management process. Friends, I hope that you must have understood the process of plant change and how it is to be implemented. Summarizing, I would like to say that in today's continually changing ecosystem, world has malformed into a global village, the place where educational institutions must face the everyday new challenges and competition. In order to embrace the persistence for growth, institutions need to opt with regularly changing needs of industry and society. Change management is cumbersome as it requires constant innovation and development. The leadership plays a significant role towards planning, implementing, and managing the change within the institution. Executing each and every step of plant change very carefully shall help the institution to come out of the chaos of change and get the desired results of plant change the institution expects out of it. This is all I wanted to convey in this presentation. I hope you must have understood the importance of change, the importance of plant change, how strategies are adopted for plant change, what is the process of plant change. By now, thank you very much.